The world often associates China with ancient temples and a history that stretches back thousands of years. But across this vast country, an entirely different transformation is unfolding. Mountains are being drilled through to create tunnels. Bridges stretch across valleys once considered impossible to cross, and entire cities are rising where empty land existed only a few decades ago. From highways carved into vertical cliffs to enormous structures visible even from space, China has become one of the largest construction laboratories on Earth. These megaprojects are not only massive in scale, they are also redefining how humans reshape landscapes and connect some of the most extreme terrain on the planet. Today we explore the amazing megaprojects of China, where engineering ambition pushes far beyond what once seemed possible. If there is one place on Earth where time runs faster than the rest of humanity, it is Shanghai, where forests of skyscrapers rise from concrete five-star hotels are built downward into the earth, and massive container ports run without a single human operator in sight. Instead of building upward, engineers carved Deep Pit Hotel into an abandoned quarry 88 meters deep, making it the world's first reversed ground scraper, and turning dead industrial space into living green architecture. At Yangshan Phase 4, the largest automated container terminal on the planet, robots and AGV vehicles operate non-stop 24 hours a day, guided by smart systems that optimize loading logic far beyond traditional ports. While most cities still rely on wheels and tracks, Shanghai has been running the maglev train for over 20 years, moving passengers from airport to downtown in under 8 minutes, just enough time to make a cup of instant noodles. And high above the streets, skyscrapers are no longer checked by workers on ropes, but monitored by specialized flycam teams that scan every surface from the sky, spotting structural anomalies in hours instead of weeks. If one day Google Maps suddenly loses its way and you feel like you're floating in midair, chances are you have just entered Huangjiawan, the most spectacular 5-level highway interchange on Earth. This is not just infrastructure, but a prototype for the future of mobility, a system where vehicles move non-stop without traffic lights, and the flow never pauses even for a second. But along with the marvel comes a true mental challenge, with 20 off-ramps branching in 8 directions, where a single lapse in focus could launch you into an accidental sightseeing loop around the city. The Harbin Opera House was built atop a frozen marshland in northern China, where the ground stays frozen for up to 6 months each year. Instead of resisting the harsh conditions, the building integrates with its environment. Its entire roof curves like snowdrifts and is clad in reflective white aluminum that mirrors the winter light. Inside, there are no fixed straight lines. Every walkway, staircase, and ceiling follows continuous curves to guide visitors naturally. The wooden walls in the auditorium are CNC cut, based on acoustic simulations, optimizing sound reflection and absorption in different zones. The curved glass facades along the building's edges were specially fabricated to prevent snow buildup and endure extreme temperature swings between day and night. This is also one of the few opera houses in the world constructed entirely through 3D modeling without using traditional paper drawings. Harbin is the only place on Earth where an entirely new city is rebuilt each winter using over 26 million cubic feet of frozen Songhua River water, carved into structures as tall as 150 feet. These ice blocks cut directly from the river range from 2 to 3 feet thick and are so transparent they refract laser lights at night, creating glowing architectural effects. Workers harvest ice in colder than Antarctica conditions using chainsaws and dragging multi-hundred-pound slabs by hand-pulled sleds. The Harbin Ice Festival draws more than 18 million visitors annually, with its giant ice slides, illuminated mazes, ice pagodas, and even hotels maintained at -10 degrees Celsius. Beneath the frozen facade is a society fully adapted with electric snow vehicles, nano-insulated clothing, and children learning to skate by age 3. The Volcano Inn Visitor Center is one of the very few structures in the world built directly inside the crater of an extinct volcano, with the entire building embedded within the basin in Haiku Hainan Island. Rather than standing on the slopes, the center hides itself entirely in the terrain, revealing only a portion of its roof like exposed bedrock to preserve the untouched landscape. The roof is covered with native soil and vegetation, making the structure nearly indistinguishable from its surroundings when viewed from a distance. The interior frame is made of lightweight steel and assembled using dry construction methods, then pushed into pre-prepared positions to minimize excavation and geological disruption. Inside, the layout forms concentric spirals that mimic a volcanic crater, while natural light and ventilation are drawn in from the rim, flowing along the slope without mechanical air conditioning. This center serves as a prototype for the embedded-in-nature architectural model currently being researched in China. You enter the main lobby and look up. Its height makes the top vanish from sight. Yet without taking a single step, you can reach the 116th floor in under 1 minute thanks to a double-deck elevator that moves at over 33 feet per second. This is the Ping An Finance Center, a tower with no decorative spire, no antenna, only a pure vertical structure rising from Shenzhen as a landmark of China's economic power. Its entire surface is wrapped in over 3 million pounds of stainless steel, designed to resist corrosion in salty coastal air and remain polished for centuries without surface maintenance. Natural light enters through high-performance glazing, while smart HVAC and rainwater collection systems help save up to 20% in energy use compared to towers of similar scale. Few people know that the original plan called for a 660-meter height, but a massive antenna was cut during construction to avoid disrupting air traffic, making it the tallest tower on Earth without a decorative tip. Can you imagine a train running straight through the middle of an apartment building without breaking a single wall? That is exactly what happens every day at Lizibus Station in Chongqing, where the train passes between the 6th and 8th floors of a high-rise residential tower and stops just like a standard platform. With no space available to build a separate station, engineers integrated the platform into the building and installed soundproofing and vibration control systems to keep operations quiet and smooth. Inside the structure, the transit area and living spaces are fully separated to guarantee complete safety and privacy. Around 140 trains pass by this point each day, just a few feet from the walls, yet residents continue their daily lives as usual. To date, there have been no reported technical incidents or formal complaints from anyone living in the building. If you are driving and yawn more than 3 times, the bridge's AI system will detect your fatigue and immediately send an alert to the control center. This is not science fiction, but reality on the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, a 55-kilometer smart structure capable of monitoring driver behavior to prevent accidents before they happen. From above, the route appears to soar over the sea, then suddenly dive beneath the ocean through a tunnel set about 130 to 160 feet underwater before surfacing again. To build this system, engineers used enough steel to erect 60 Eiffel Towers, yet the real challenge was designing it to resist corrosion for 120 years, despite constant saltwater exposure. The underwater tunnel consists of 33 giant tubes, each weighing 80,000 tons, comparable to an aircraft carrier, and positioning each one accurately on the seabed amid strong currents was an unprecedented engineering feat. Thanks to this achievement, travel time between the 3 cities has been reduced from 4 hours to just 45 minutes, transforming the entire Pearl River Delta into a high-speed mega-region compressed by motion. Qianjiang City is a newly built urban zone on the eastern bank of the Qiantang River, planned as Hangzhou's new financial and administrative center. The area expands eastward from West Lake, following a modern river-oriented development model. At its heart stands the Hangzhou Century Center, a bronze-colored alloy sphere that dominates the riverfront skyline. The building houses government offices and a major convention center, serving as the main visual anchor of the entire financial district. It is surrounded by office towers and commercial buildings connected by elevated walkways and underground shared space. Together, they form a continuous movement network across the site. To the south lies the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center, stretching across both sides of the Qiantang River. The multi-purpose gymnasium is designed to resemble an ancient curved jade artifact. The entire Qianjiang new city is equipped with smart infrastructure and an underground traffic system. Drainage networks prevent flooding, while energy-efficient lighting covers the main streets. A metro line runs beneath the district, connecting directly to major buildings. This is considered a model for sustainable riverfront city planning in 21st century China. Changzhou Culture Plaza is a multifunctional cultural complex designed with a sculptural aesthetic composed of 6 large curved structures arranged concentrically around a sunken central plaza. From above, the entire site resembles an open flower with extended petals, symbolizing the harmonious growth of tradition and modernity. Inside are dedicated spaces for a library, museum, art center, theater, and exhibition hall, all connected by underground passages and open corridors that enable continuous circulation. A wide-span steel roof structure allows for expansive interior volumes without central columns, while integrating daylight and natural ventilation systems across the complex. Glass and metal facades reflect light throughout the day and highlight the sculptural forms of the buildings within the urban landscape. Situated at the intersection of metro lines and commercial arteries, the plaza serves as a new public cultural destination for the city. The Nanjing International Youth Cultural Center is one of the signature buildings by architect Zaha Hadid in China, consisting of 2 towers rising 1,030 feet and 836 feet tall, linked to a low-rise podium shaped like a flowing ribbon along the Yangtze River. This podium hosts cultural and artistic events such as conferences, exhibitions, performances, and international youth exchanges with open-plan spaces designed to foster interaction among different groups. The overall design draws inspiration from the image of a torchlight with continuous spiral curves representing dynamic energy in motion. The entire exterior is clad in glass and reflective metal, producing shifting light effects that respond to changes in time and weather. Located in Nanjing's newly developed Jianye district, the center connects directly to the Nanjing Eye walking bridge across the river, serving both as a public transit node and a symbol of regional connection. Its sculptural architectural language, combined with multifunctional spaces, makes the project a striking landmark within modern Nanjing's urban landscape. The Science and Technology Museum of Henan Province opens with a massive white aluminum sphere positioned at the center of a public plaza, functioning as a projection dome, where 360-degree display technology allows visitors to observe the universe, explore the human body, and experience large-scale physics simulations. Surrounding the sphere are 5 dedicated exhibition zones, connected by spiraling corridors and continuously curved walkways that create an uninterrupted circulation flow between spaces. The building has no fixed front facade and almost no visible right angles, with the entire structure organized as an open layout that reflects the concept of continuous movement of knowledge. On the exterior, layered white aluminum panels are arranged like waves, reflecting light differently throughout the day and altering the building's appearance under changing weather conditions. Some structures are built to endure, but the Emerson Dam in Switzerland was designed to reshape the planet, concentrating the power of the entire Alps into a single button and making water flow uphill. Its technological core, including turbines and control rooms, is buried over 2,000 feet underground within a massive man-made cavern, reflecting a commitment to preserving nature and a philosophy of sustainable design. Visitors can tour deep inside the mountain to see how energy is generated, or ride a cable rail system that climbs an 87% incline. Emerson stands as a powerful symbol of a new energy era, acting as a continental-scale buffer that absorbs intermittent solar and wind power and transforms it into stable, dispatchable electricity. You walk into a building with no clear facade, no corners to lean against, and no defined beginning. This is Infinitus Plaza in Guangzhou, where every curve has a reason, and the figure 8 is not just a symbol, but a journey. You can walk endlessly without interruption. Two major volumes are connected by soft spiral walkways, flowing like ribbons within a steel core, letting people move freely without ever hitting a wall. Look up, and the roof becomes a hanging garden, with winding paths, greenery, and solar panels that bend in harmony with the shape of the structure. Daylight is always present, filtering gently through the building's double-glass skin, illuminating every workspace without carrying the heat. Even the air is personal here, divided into microclimate zones that adjust to body heat and occupancy. So every step feels tuned to you, like the building is quietly breathing with you. Tianfu IFC is not just a pair of towers, but the world's largest outdoor three-dimensional digital display system, turning all 58 floors into a vivid structure at the heart of China's futuristic cityscape. The facade of the towers is embedded with 400,000 intelligent LED nodes capable of projecting deep 3D images without the need for special glasses. To offer an ideal viewing experience, Chengdu built the elevated pedestrian bridge Jiaozi Ring with a circular design that links surrounding districts and provides a radial perspective directly into the Twin Towers, inspired by the world's first paper currency created here. This complex functions as a compact smart city where people can work, shop, and relax in a fully automated environment powered by artificial intelligence. Here, delivery robots navigate elevators and locate individual doors, offering services so seamless that one visitor said it felt like living inside a Doraemon movie. The strangest feeling at Megaprojects isn't seeing the building, it's not knowing where you are inside it. The Megaprojects International Culture and Art Center in Changsha disorients you completely as every wall, ceiling, and floor folds into one seamless motion without corners. The complex contains 3 main volumes: a grand theater with 1,800 seats, a contemporary art museum, and a convention center connected through a central plaza clad in white stone and curved in 3 dimensions with no right angles. Each fiberglass reinforced concrete panel is uniquely shaped, digitally coded, and installed by hand to match the flowing geometry. Beneath it all lies a hidden honeycomb steel structure, allowing for column-free spaces that can be reconfigured for different functions within hours. As you move through the interior, it becomes impossible to tell where walls end and ceilings begin as the space folds around your body. In Songdo, you will never see garbage trucks or hear alarms, no overflowing bins on the sidewalk, or foul odors, because the moment a scrap of paper falls into a waste inlet, it is sucked underground at the speed of a motorbike and disappears within seconds. A tourist once dropped an engagement ring into the vacuum tube, and within hours, engineers pinpointed its exact location and retrieved it before it was incinerated for energy. This city is not a science fiction dream, but a living reality, built from 500 million tons of sand poured into the sea with a construction value of $40 billion located in South Korea. You can paddle a boat along a seawater canal, while glass towers gleam on both sides, creating a surreal urban contrast. The entire city is designed so you never need a car, with work, school, shopping, and leisure all placed within a 15-minute walking radius, freeing people from wasting their lives in endless traffic jams. Can you believe it? Right now in Denmark, people are skiing on top of a massive waste-to-energy plant. This unbelievable reality takes place at Copenhagen, a mega structure redefining the green future of humanity. The first instinct of every visitor is to take a deep breath in disbelief that a place handling hundreds of tons of trash daily smells like nothing at all, thanks to a hidden filtration system under the slope that turns exhaust into steam so clean you can sip coffee right next to the chimney. Copenhagen has turned something the world usually avoids into a vibrant playground where you can climb an 85-meter vertical wall equal to a 30-story building and conquer the highest peak in a country that has no mountains. Rather than being a lifeless concrete block, Copenhagen functions as a giant green lung, generating electricity and providing hot water for thousands of households. To them, this is not a waste plant, but a symbol of a new era where cutting-edge technology and human joy become one. When the elevator takes you downward, it doesn't feel like entering a hotel. It feels like descending into an underground research lab. The Intercontinental Shanghai Wonderland is the only hotel on Earth built entirely into the walls of an abandoned quarry with 16 of its 18 floors located below ground, including 2 submerged beneath an artificial lake. Instead of skyline views, every room faces a vertical rock wall, the height of a 15-story tower with engineered waterfalls and vegetation embedded directly into the cliff to simulate a sealed ecosystem. Its foundations are anchored into bedrock, with dam-grade integrity wrapped in multiple waterproofing rings to secure the structure against lateral pressure. Emergency systems and air regulation follow submarine protocols, as the submerged sections operate under hydrostatic compression. Several suites open directly onto the lake's surface, equipped with autonomous swimming robots that patrol and clean the water non-stop. At launch, it was declared the deepest underground building in the world ever approved for civilian use. How can a car be delivered directly to its new owner in just a few minutes? By a vertical robotic elevator. At Volkswagen Autostadt in Wolfsburg, Germany, the entire car pickup process happens inside a cylindrical glass tower where thousands of vehicles are stacked vertically like a giant vending machine. Instead of going through a dealership, customers simply wait at the base of the tower while an automated elevator system locates and retrieves their specific vehicle from its storage level. Each brand under the Volkswagen Group, from Audi to Porsche and Bentley, has its own interactive exhibition space, where visitors can test drive electric vehicles, experience crash simulations, and explore lightweight materials used in next-gen cars. The complex also includes a hotel, cinema, restaurants, outdoor driving tracks, and educational tech displays, drawing over 15,000 visitors daily from across Europe. How can a modern arts center become the world's largest ceramic installation without anyone realizing it? Fuzhou Street Culture and Art Center is not only shaped like a jasmine flower, it is also covered with over 42,000 custom white ceramic panels designed to reflect daylight and mimic the softness of real petals. These tiles are not just decorative, they protect the structure from constant humidity and coastal winds around the city of Fuzhou, thanks to their durability resistance to corrosion and color retention. Five separate buildings form the petals, each with its own function: theater, cinema, concert hall, exhibition space, and conference center, all linked by open plazas and riverside walkways that feel more like a public park than a closed facility. After dark, the white ceramics catch waves of shifting colored light, turning the complex into a glowing digital blossom by the banks of the Min River. The largest in Europe, cleaner than any modern hospital, and the only place on Earth that shields humans from cosmic radiation, Slanik is not just a salt mine, but a symbolic underground megastructure. Its enormous design features 14 trapezoidal chambers, carved directly into the Earth, each rising 177 feet, equal to an 18-story building with no concrete pillars needed for support. Thanks to its dense salt walls that block all cosmic rays, Slanik has become the most physically silent space on the planet and hosts one of the most advanced underground laboratories in the world. The temperature remains a stable 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, with absolutely sterile air maintained by natural convection requiring no air conditioning systems. Patients with severe respiratory conditions have reported fully cleansed lungs after spending only a few days here, making Slanik a prototype for future shelter cities in case Earth's surface becomes too toxic or extreme. Do you know what the largest single building on Earth looks like? It was not built in the usual sense, but grown like a giant mechanical organism evolving by the second, and that is Gigafactory, Texas. The facility is so vast, it can swallow 15 football stadiums where raw metal enters on one end and finished electric cars roll out the other, all happening seamlessly within a closed system. Its scale is so unreal that if you tried to walk a full loop around the factory, you would need nearly an hour just to return to where you started. Inside there is no sound of hammers or welding sparks, only the eerie silence of thousands of AI-powered robots that communicate, calculate, and coordinate to assemble vehicles within seconds. During one visit, a guest accidentally blocked a robot's path, and instead of stopping or sounding an alarm, the robot paused, recalculated, and silently rerouted itself, as if making a conscious decision. Have you ever seen a major highway suddenly vanish beneath a lake where long lines of cars disappear underwater and then reappear on the opposite bank as if passing through a teleportation gate? That surreal scene unfolds daily at Veluwemeer Aqueduct, where Dutch engineers executed one of the boldest design inversions in civil engineering by building a bridge for water and a tunnel for vehicles. Here, Nearly 28,000 cars descend into a short underwater tunnel, while above them runs a 3-meter-deep canal carrying boats, completely reversing traditional traffic infrastructure logic. Veluamir holds the official world record as the shortest aqueduct at just 82 feet long. Yet every day it handles up to 500 vessels and more than 33,000 vehicle crossings without a single load-bearing issue. What astonishes engineers is the underlying physical mechanism, where thanks to Archimedes' principle, each ship entering the channel displaces an equivalent weight of water, meaning the concrete structure beneath never experiences added pressure regardless of the ship's size. Nanjing Eye Walking Bridge is the first pedestrian bridge in China to feature a vertical twin-arch design, giving the entire structure the appearance of a monumental sculpture suspended in the air. The two white steel arches lean slightly outward and serve as the primary visual identity element, while also functioning as the main load-bearing structure for the bridge deck. Instead of using mid-river support piers, the deck is fully suspended by a cable-stayed system connected to the apex of the arches, keeping the space beneath open and unobstructed. The walkway is subtly inclined and continuously curved, creating a seamless visual flow aligned with the river's direction. The surface is paved with stainless steel, and the railings integrate an LED lighting system capable of real-time color changes, transforming the bridge into a luminous strip above the water at night. Since its inauguration, the bridge has become a primary venue for large-scale sporting events, light shows, and community festivals along the riverfront in Nanjing. How can a pedestrian bridge adjust its lighting temperature and safety in real time? Pickering Go Station. Pedestrian bridge was never just built to cross train tracks. It is a smart extension of the entire station system, where lighting shifts with the time of day and the flow of people. Underneath a steel frame is engineered to absorb vibrations and suppress movement, extending its lifespan without the constant maintenance required by traditional bridges. It is the longest covered pedestrian bridge in Canada, and one of the rare few that can adapt to human presence without anyone operating it. Nurek is one of the most significant engineering and strategic complexes in Central Asia, anchored by a dam over 1,000 feet tall that held the world record for 33 consecutive years. Just above it, a top-secret military facility monitors satellites and orbital debris at altitudes reaching 25,000 miles, placing this site at the crossroads of energy production and national defense. The dam provides between 50 and 70% of Tajikistan's electricity supply, making it the centerpiece of the national power grid. In addition to energy, water from the reservoir flows through a 9-mile-long tunnel to irrigate 173,000 acres of farmland, mainly for cotton, a crop often referred to as the region's white gold. This integrated system demonstrates how large-scale infrastructure, resource management, and space surveillance can converge in a mountainous region with high strategic value. If one morning you have breakfast in Denmark, and just 35 minutes later you are already working in Sweden without needing a ferry or a plane, then that is not a miracle, but the result of the Öresund Bridge. This is one of the world's strangest structures, where half the route is a suspension bridge in the sky, and the other half dives straight into an underwater tunnel, making it look like the road disappears into the sea. Before the bridge could be built, the construction team faced a deadly challenge. 16 unexploded bombs from World War II lay directly on the tunnel's path, and bomb disposal experts had to work in darkness under water pressure, disarming them one by one. Before the year 2000, crossing between Denmark and Sweden was a long journey by ferry, but today Öresund has erased that boundary, turning the two nations into one cross-border metropolis where people move faster than the previous generations ever imagined. Nanjing Zendai Himalaya Center is the world's largest project to realize the Shan Shui city philosophy, transforming over 6 million square feet of urban land into a natural art installation in the heart of Nanjing. The exterior is wrapped in white glass sunshades that cascade like flowing waterfalls, allowing natural light and wind to enter the interior spaces. It represents a futuristic, three-dimensional city model, where residents move between buildings via suspended glass walkways and sky gardens, recreating a sci-fi experience. Architect Ma Yan-song designed elevators to stop only every 3 floors to encourage residents to walk through shared atriums and hanging gardens, fostering neighborly interaction. Water features such as ponds, waterfalls, and streams serve not only for beauty, but as sustainable systems to collect and reuse rainwater for irrigation. Shockingly, some apartments here are available for rent at just about $9 per night, making it hard to believe such a wonder is so affordable. Steinway Tower is the world's skinniest skyscraper, holding an unprecedented height-to-width ratio, rising up to 1,427 feet in the heart of Manhattan. To stabilize its ultra-slender frame, engineers installed an 800-ton tuned mass damper at the top, acting as an automatic counterweight to eliminate wind sway. Each floor houses only one apartment, and the elevator opens directly into your living room, making the concept of neighbors almost non-existent. In tribute to the site's musical legacy, Steinway & Sons created limited edition pianos exclusively for residents, with several units reinforced solely to support a single piano. Construction posed extreme challenges, with New York's tallest crane operating atop a minuscule footprint to lift materials to the record height. Chengdu SKP, the world's largest underground luxury mall, where a vast kingdom of designer brands is hidden beneath an 82-acre ecological park, invisible from street level. Instead of building skyscrapers, the entire structure is lowered about 100 feet to give the surface back to nature, flipping traditional urban logic. At its heart is a 39-meter-tall light sculpture that doubles as a fountain, symbolizing the rise of underground tech energy. The structure sits atop a crossroads of 4 active subway lines, and engineering it to bear millions of tons without disrupting transit is a structural feat. This is also where brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior test 4D retail concepts, blending virtual and physical experience, unavailable even in Paris or New York. The rooftop holds over 30 ecological zones with a smart irrigation system that adjusts water output by the minute based on remote humidity sensors. Silicon Valley is not just a city, but a giant brain that powers the modern world through code and algorithms. It gathers the highest concentration of tech giants and brilliant minds on Earth, where just a few lines of code can shape how billions of people live, work, and communicate each day. At the heart of the valley sits Apple Park, resembling a massive spaceship with a perimeter of nearly 1 mile, wrapped in the world's largest curved glass panels, so smooth that dust can barely cling to them. On the streets, Waymo self-driving cars operate silently without drivers processing millions of data points every second to make real-time decisions. Not far away stands Google's Bayview headquarters, topped with 90,000 solar panels, generating electricity and cooling for the entire complex without needing the external power grid. The most valuable asset in Silicon Valley is not stocks or property, but intellect, as thousands of satellites are controlled from tiny offices here to create a global internet network across the planet. Katara Towers is the first structure in the world to precisely replicate the shape of 2 royal curved swords on a monumental scale, making it an unmistakable architectural icon in Lusail City. Inside the tower, visitors encounter the pinnacle of luxury at Fairmont Doha, home to the world's largest chandelier, stretching 184 feet and crafted from thousands of hand-cut crystals weighing several tons. The interior design pushes limits with walls plated in genuine 18-karat gold and some of the world's rarest marbles. This is where guests pay tens of thousands of dollars per night to enjoy a private butler trained in London, serving them 24 hours a day. Are we witnessing the future, or just an architectural illusion? Pabellon Puente is not a conventional bridge, but a 7,000-ton, gravity-defying sculpture, where architecture from the 22nd century seems to have arrived ahead of its time. The structure contains no straight lines or right angles because architect Zaha Hadid designed it to flow like a blooming flower, naturally following the curves of the Ebro River. Have you ever imagined living inside a giant, horseshoe-shaped structure as tall as a 10-story building? Above your head is not a blue sky, but a massive dome that turns into a three-dimensional animated world, the size of 2 football fields, where giant grapes, oranges, and flowers look like they came out of a Pixar movie. Right beneath your feet, visible through transparent glass flooring, is a lively market where thousands of people are walking, shopping, and talking non-stop. On the dome, artists painted cherries the size of cars, and dewdrops so vivid that many first-time visitors instinctively reach out to touch them, thinking they are real. Stepping onto the train at KAFD station, the first thing that stops you is the absence of a driver. No steering wheel, just a silent cabin, moving entirely under artificial intelligence with no human intervention. The station was designed by Zaha Hadid, who erased every familiar corner, replacing them with thousands of precisely cut aluminum panels joined together to form a flowing structure like a metallic ribbon floating in the air. From the outside, the building appears to be in motion, even when perfectly still. Inside, the contrast between the scorching 50 degrees Celsius desert heat and the cool, comfortable air is achieved through one of the world's most advanced climate control systems.
Subscribe and be part of the journey to explore Earth's most amazing treasures.